coronavirus news. The White House is hosting an Operation Warp Speed vaccine summit today at the direction of President Trump. But Pfizer and Moderna, the two vaccine manufacturers awaiting government approval for distribution, will not attend. The summit is supposed to promote confidence in the vaccine, but it's also seen as a way for the president to take credit for the success of the fast-track development effort. The president is expected to sign an order to give vaccine priority to people in the U.S. before helping other countries. Joining us now, NBC News political reporter Monica Alba. And Monica, we noticed the announcement about the vaccine came after the election, and now the main manufacturers not showing up at the White House. It seems perhaps they're sending a message.
I think that's part of it, Mika, but also Pfizer and Moderna are worried about an apparent appearance of a conflict of interest. And that's because the person who is a key part in approving both of those vaccines, once we get that in the final stage, Peter Marks, is going to be speaking at the summit. And these companies tell NBC News they felt it was inappropriate to be there and appear on a panel with the person who ultimately would be responsible for giving the green light. So they pulled out, even though they were invited. But all of today's events are going to be quite notable and raise some eyebrows, because in some ways this is like the president taking a victory lap before the game is over. He's going to tout how fast Operation Warp Speed was able to work. Of course, these are incredibly encouraging developments. We all want to see a vaccine, but there have been some questions about how much political pressure was applied here, especially with the FDA and the commissioner who's been summoned to the White House several times. So we're going to hear a little bit more into a window of why the president is trying to also take full credit for this, which for his part, it's really because he doesn't want his successor, Joe Biden, when he takes office next month, to get a bulk of the recognition, even though a lot of the delivery of this vaccine is going to fall into his lap. And we should point out that nobody from the incoming Biden transition team or administration was invited to attend this event. It also comes as the New York Times is reporting that the White House passed on an opportunity to purchase and secure millions more of the Pfizer vaccine over the summer when given that chance. The White House is pushing back on that, though. They're saying they're still in negotiations, and they're confident that with Pfizer, Moderna, and other potential vaccine candidates, they will be able to have more than 100 million people vaccinated by the end of the second quarter, so essentially into next summer, Mika, which is what the hope is. But of course, there are still a lot of questions about how this distribution process is going to go. And that's also why the president is going to sign an executive order today, though it's largely symbolic, where he's hoping Americans are prioritized. But Pfizer has also made deals, as you know, with the European Union and other countries as they've developed their vaccine.
NBC's Monica Alba, thank you very much for your reporting this morning.
You know, we ought to stop here for 1 minute and just look at what's happening this morning. We're having the event at the White House to celebrate the coming vaccines. We just had a shot from Cardiff, Wales, where vaccines are now being distributed to citizens. We got the news from overnight from Northern Ireland that the first person got it in supervised, medically supervised situations. It's just this is an extraordinary time, and whether you talk about in the United States or across the world, scientists have moved at a record pace.
For sure.
And it is breathtaking, because when this started, we heard that a vaccine might never be possible, that even if we did get a vaccine, it might be 1, 2, 3, 4 years away. Right. And yet, the world's smartest scientists, the most gifted people working together, have brought us to this place. And it certainly, it does deserve our attention. And we should stop and recognize what an extraordinary job they did worldwide. Thanks for checking out MSNBC on YouTube, and make sure you subscribe to stay up to date on the day's biggest stories. And you can click on any of the videos around us to watch more from Morning Joe and MSNBC. Thanks so much for watching.